Hi, my name is Maureen Carroll, and this semester I'm teaching civil procedure. Sure, there are two main pieces of CivPro that I teach. There's jurisdiction, and then there's the life cycle of a case. So jurisdiction is about why does this court have the authority to decide this case that came before it? And then the life cycle of a case is everything through the case starts when you file a complaint, and then how does it end? How do things continue? What are all the steps along the way? So I would say first off, don't focus on doing well in the class. Focus on learning what you need to learn to become a really good lawyer, because that's what we're all here to try to teach you. And so if people tend to kind of get caught up in the tools and the steps along the way and less focused on why they're in law school to begin with, which is you didn't come to law school because you were really excited about getting an A in civil procedure, right? You came to law school because you wanted to learn how to become a really good lawyer. And if you stay focused on that, that tends to make everything fall into line better than otherwise. I'm always so excited on the first day of class because it's this brand new group of people that I get to know and learn about who they are as people and who they want to be as lawyers and what their goals are with their careers and the rest of their lives and how it all comes together. I get to help them learn about all of these aspects of the law that are interesting and exciting and sometimes frustrating, but you have to learn about the frustrating parts if you're going to help change them into something that works better. It's always a really exciting time. Nervous too, because I want to do right by them. I want to get it right. And so there is some of that nervousness also. So I think different professors work differently when it comes to office hours. Some professors want you to come in with a specific question to guide the conversation and help them understand how to help you in that moment. Other professors are happy for you to come in and just kind of chat. I think at Michigan we have a lot more of the former than the latter. And even the former, they want to help you and get to know you. It's just that they're looking for a little more guidance in how to do that, I think, is how I'd put it. I think the most important thing is to go to office hours. Bring your questions about the class, bring your questions about your career, especially if the professor has done something that you think you might possibly be interested in doing in their careers. That's a good opportunity to ask them about it and talk about how you're going to get from point A to point B. Or if you need to figure out where point B is, that's also a good thing to talk about in office hours. I think sometimes students worry that the purpose of cold calls is to test them, or even to embarrass them. But it's not about figuring out how well they're doing or how thoroughly they understood a case or whatever it is that we're going over. It's about talking through the process of gaining a deeper understanding. So if everybody came in with a perfect understanding of everything, there would be no point to even having classes. We would just tell you to read things and then that would be it. But we do cold calls so that we can walk through, okay, how did you think about this aspect of it? How should we think about this aspect of it? What if this fact had been different? How would things change? And it can be a really fun, I know that sounds probably unbelievable to some students coming in, but it can be a really fun way of expanding your understanding of a concept or a case or whatever it is that we're covering. One of the things I love about teaching is that the journey from the first day of class to the last day of class is always so amazing. And I like to kind of stop along the way because students get kind of caught up in, I have to do the reading, I have to do this. And it's nice to step back now and then and say, remember what you knew on the first day of class? And think about how much you know now. So I would say first, remember why you're here. Right? Some people will come to law school thinking, I'm definitely going to do civil rights litigation or securities litigation or whatever it is. And that might change, but your overall goal is to become an awesome lawyer. And really remain focused on that as much as you can, and don't get caught up in all of the things that are really just steps along the way to that, right? Remember your ultimate goal. The other thing I would say is get to know your professors. We really are excited to learn about who you are as a student and as a person. We're really excited to help you along your journey to becoming an awesome lawyer. and to be in contact with you after you become a lawyer and have questions for us or want to update us on what's going on in your life. So we're a resource that is here for you, and I would just really encourage students to take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
When students come to law school, they sometimes think about, I'm going to learn from these professors and I'm going to learn about this area of law. And I would say, think about it more as relationships, right? You're going to develop relationships with professors and with each other, right? All of the people who are your classmates, you might end up working alongside or opposite them at some point down the line. And the relationships you're developing now, they're gonna come up again and again throughout your life, and that can be really valuable if you allow it to be.